But let's dive right into this explainer and explore how Nigeria's largest city transforms into a completely electric nightlife capital after sunset. I mean, the second the sun dips below the horizon, neon lights flicker on and the streets absolutely fill with luxury SUVs bumping to this inescapable, pounding bass. It's mesmerizing, but it's also a little overwhelming. We're going to unpack exactly what happens when the lights go down in Lagos, because honestly, this is a nightlife experience that operates by its very own set of rules.
You see, Lagos isn't just a place where you go to grab a casual drink with friends. It's this magnetic collision of worlds. Just like the quote says, Victoria Island becomes this space where billion-dollar business deals, international tourists, local creatives, musicians, and party lovers all just collide. Beneath all the music and flashing lights is a city that actively demands your awareness. It demands your confidence, and above all, your street smarts. It's a place where high-level corporate networking shares the exact same air as underground creative movements.
And this is what really sets it apart. While famous cities like Las Vegas, Tokyo, or Rio have this sort of predictable rhythm to their nightlife, Lagos operates on pure, wild spontaneity. The music simply doesn't stay inside the clubs, it spills right out onto the streets. Even the famous evening rush hour traffic practically becomes a part of the nightlife itself. It acts like this bustling, chaotic preamble to the night's deeply energetic social interactions.
Let's move into our first section, Victoria Island after dark.
So, Victoria Island isn't just some designated party zone. It is literally the financial and diplomatic heart of Lagos. By day, we're talking a neighborhood packed with international companies and embassies. But by night, that intense concentration of wealth smoothly transitions into fueling the city's massive entertainment industry. The nightlife scene here didn't just appear out of nowhere, you know? It grew right alongside Nigeria's booming entertainment sector, nestled right in among the towering office buildings and luxury hotels.
Now, if you're planning a night out, you have to know the timeline, because things start remarkably late here. At 7 p.m., as the sun sets and security guards show up for their shifts, restaurants are just barely starting to fill up. By 9 p.m., the bars finally get going, but the clubs? Honestly, they don't even start moving until 11 p.m. It's a deliberate escalation of energy that builds and builds until it reaches absolute peak chaos right around 2 a.m. And it doesn't just abruptly end either. The energy gently tapers off as the sun comes up and the early morning food stalls take over.
Moving on to Section 2, the sounds and venues.
The geography of a Lagos night is spread across a few famous districts. Depending on your vibe, you can hop between completely different atmospheres across places like Honiru, Lekki Phase 1, or of course, Victoria Island. And the venues themselves? Incredibly diverse. You could start your night chilling at a beach bar, move over to a high-end cocktail lounge, and end up sweating it out at a massive dance club or a rooftop venue. You just have to be ready for the logistics. Dress codes vary wildly, entry fees are super common, and if you're hitting peak hours, you definitely need a reservation.
But let me be totally clear here. Absolutely none of these venues would survive without the heartbeat of the city, which is Afrobeats. Lagos has successfully exported this music worldwide, right? But experiencing it at its source is just something entirely different. It's this infectious, inescapable rhythm. It's driven by hugely influential local DJs, incredible live bands, and globally recognized Nigerian artists. Afrobeats literally dictates the energetic dance culture that pulses through every single venue on those streets.
All right, Section 3, luxury meets street culture.
One of my absolute favorite things about Lagos is this beautiful, stark contrast. On one hand, you have the ultimate luxury experience. We're talking rooftop bars with premium champagne service, packed with influencers dressed in high fashion. But simultaneously, quite literally on the pavement just below those rooftops, you've got a vibrant, informal street nightlife thriving. Local taxis are navigating around buzzing street grills and informal vendors. And the most fascinating part? These two worlds don't clash at all. They seamlessly coexist and actually feed off each other.
And hey, speaking of those street grills, we absolutely have to talk about the food. Food is fiercely central to the Lagos night. Seriously, when you stumble out of a club at 3 a.m., the night is not over until you've visited the local vendors. Late-night staples like suya, which is this incredibly flavorful, spicy skewered meat, along with peppered meat, perfectly grilled fish, and plantain. These are absolute essentials to keep your energy up and kind of ground you after the wild chaos of the clubs.
That brings us to Section 4, surviving the nightlife chaos.
Getting around this city at night actually requires a really solid, well-thought-out strategy. First up, you've got to lock down your transportation. Use ride-hailing apps because finding parking can be an absolute nightmare, and walking long distances at night just isn't recommended.
Plus, you have to expect heavy traffic, even way past midnight. Second, diversify your money. Have digital payments ready, bring your backup cards, but always carry some cash for the informal vendors. And finally, prioritize your safety. Keep sharp situational awareness in crowded spots, protect your phone, and just avoid taking any unnecessary risks.
Beyond just the physical logistics, successfully blending in means understanding the local etiquette. Social interaction here is super energetic, but it demands respect. That means offering polite greetings when you talk to people, respecting personal space in crowded areas, and, this is a huge one, always asking for permission before you snap photos of people or local spots. Also, make sure you follow the local tipping practices and respect the dress codes for whatever venue you're visiting.
And our final section, Section 5, more than a party.
So what does this all mean? Well, this nightlife isn't just about having a good time. It operates as a massive, critical economic engine for Lagos. Look at how broad this impact actually is. The hospitality sector obviously sees a huge boom for hotels and restaurants, but it also creates massive demand for private security jobs. It provides essential nighttime income for local taxis and ride-hailing drivers, and it acts as a foundational pillar for the entertainment industry, directly supporting musicians, the fashion sector, and international tourism.
The sheer human scale of this is staggering. We are talking about thousands upon thousands of jobs. This beautifully chaotic blend quietly creates essential work for locals every single night. The city's economy literally relies on this after-hours ecosystem just to keep functioning.
As the hours tick past 4 a.m., dawn starts to approach, and the intense energy of the city finally begins to quiet down, you realize something pretty profound. Victoria Island is so much more than just a collection of bars and clubs. This nightlife is a true reflection of Lagos's unstoppable ambition, its raw creativity, and its deep resilience. It's a real-time window into a vibrant, modern city constantly reinventing itself. A place where extreme luxury and everyday hustle exist side by side, night after night.
We've unpacked the timelines, the economy, the survival tactics, and the beautiful clash of cultures that make this city tick after dark. So, looking at everything we've covered in this explainer, the only question left to ask yourself is, do you have the curiosity, the street smarts, and the respect required to dive into this incredible chaos firsthand? Because if you do, Lagos is waiting to give you one of the most unforgettable nights of your life.